This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of March 30th, 2020. The intensity hits a peak this week, and we shift gears in how we deal with it, react to it, respond to it, and also in how we interact with each other. Lots of major activity in the sky. The framing for it all is Jupiter, the planet that expands everything it touches, finally finishing, perfecting its meeting with Pluto, Lord of Death and Rebirth, which is exact on the 4th. This is the first of 3 times that they're going to meet this year. Whatever we're dealing with now, we will revisit early in the summer, and then in November, we'll see how we've dealt with it all and what it's leading us to. This is probably going to be the most intense moment for government restrictions, for feeling like, oh my God, are we under totalitarianism, for the spread of fear, for the spread of anxiety and paranoia, for the spread of illness. Things may actually, according to the astrology, start to back off bit by bit after this. Jupiter and Pluto are expanding on whatever the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in January meant for you, meant for us. The disintegration and regeneration of systems, of institutions, of foundations, of something very specific in your own life. Now, as this is building, the planet that rules the sign where this is happening, Saturn, Lord of Adulting, I call him, is in his first full week in the sign of Aquarius, which has to do with networks, communities, progressiveness, humanity as a whole instead of individuals. The concept of social distancing is a perfect, if ironic, expression of that shift. But even though we are alone, there's a concept of alone together, and there's a lot of that going on. Think in your own life of how you are now using the internet, Aquarius, electronic systems, technological systems to stay connected to your fellow humans and to your friends. And all of that gets a special push this week when Mars, the planet that rules our action, how we push ourselves forward in the world, moves into Aquarius, which could have us looking much more at the community, collective, friend-oriented approach to everything. But the first thing that happens when Mars enters that sign is he meets with Saturn. Action meeting responsibility, action meeting consequences. A Mars-Saturn conjunction is like 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brake. There could be a tremendous amount of frustration. There could be anger. There could be a feeling of not being able to get anything done. There could also be an incredible resolve, a commitment to communal action, a commitment to your friends, a commitment to the community. And do note the difference in what has been happening across the U.S. I won't speak for other countries, although I think it's happening in Australia as well, where action is occurring on a local and state level that is not happening at a greater level. See who steps up, see who missteps, see who takes responsibility, see who refuses responsibility. And I mean this in your own life especially, because that's where it's most important right now. You have the opportunity in this time out to explore what you can do. What you can do in your home, in your life, in your community. And I've been saying for years, ever since the Leo-Aquarius eclipses began, in, let's say, 2016, that each of us tidying up our own little nook in the world and letting our light shine brighter is connecting to other little nooks, other lights, and we are creating a new network. We are creating a safety net of what is going to replace our structures, foundations, infrastructures when they collapse. Well, I think we're at the moment of the collapse. And I think we're already seeing the safety net, the new infrastructure, the new networks starting to strengthen and find each other. This has been especially strong online in the entertainment industry. Lots of productions being made available, but more importantly, individuals sharing videos of their own performing. I'm in one closed group called the Quarantined Cabaret, where people from all over the world are posting videos of them performing, of piano bars having groups where their pianists have shifts where they perform show tunes by request and people can sing along at home. Notice how certain performers, certain entertainers, particularly in the late night TV department, are creating broadcasts very low tech from their homes and continuing to stay in touch with their audiences. And that fits the second shift, or maybe the third. I'm losing track. I'm being really human these days, in case you hadn't noticed. That happens this week, and that is not only do we have how we act, how we push ourselves forward, Mars, move into the air intellectual sign of Aquarius, but our social mode also moves into an intellectual air sign. Venus moves into Gemini on the 3rd, and I don't care if you're sitting at home, you are going to want to talk to people. You're going to want to connect. Venus in Gemini is flibberty-gibbet energy. It's let's go here, let's go there, minds flying, playing trivia, playing games, chatting, being friends, because really, who can be anything but friends, seriously, right now? Venus is going to go retrograde in this sign later this year, and an eclipse family is going to start in June on the Gemini-Sagittarius axis, which has to do with how we communicate, our information systems, our information vehicles, and, oh, guess what? The internet. Minds are not going to go fallow. Mouths are not going to be quiet. And oddly, as she makes that shift, the planet that rules Gemini goes off into La La Land. Mercury, which rules how we communicate and how we get around, meets with Neptune, the planet of illusion, the planet of compassion, empathy, imagination, creativity, glamour in the old school, magic, transcendence, poetry, expressions of art, expressions of music, theater, movies. They're going to come even more to the fore. We may have another big dose of telepathy, and maybe, just maybe, there's going to be more of a mindset of realization of how we are all in this together on this planet. National borders be damned. If you've had a creative project floating around inside of you, this would be a really ideal time to brainstorm it more and to see what flows through. I'll have a lot more about all this in my talk about Saturn in Aquarius, which is live on Sunday the 5th and available by download afterward. The link's below. Homing thought of the week. Think globally, act locally, really locally, like in my own living room. Song of the week, Can't Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. And the image of the week is a satellite image of the Earth at night with lights aglow all over each continent. My Astro-Insight for April will be up at my site by the beginning of the week, which is empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I am also offering a quickie tarot reading, what now, that has insight into actions you can take in various areas of life. Link for that is also below. You'll find me on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited in the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. There's lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Beal, including an exhausting list of prompts and inspirational images for how to make the most of this time. And I'm deeply grateful to the people who are supporting my work there. Thank you, guys. I'm on Instagram at @KABeal and on YouTube at The Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.